Hear the intro.
This is the MMA Takes Podcast with your host, Brian Petrie.
Let's go. Pick 'em. First pick 'em of the year. Daddy's trying to get that strap.
Hey,
baby. Jimbo's got it. I want it. I know it's a piece of plastic, but it's a new year, baby. We got new picks.
Slime ball parlay, baby.
Slime ball parlay failed this weekend. It's not going to fail this weekend. We're cashing out, and we're going to make some money midweek. Midweek, we're giving you money. We're giving you winners. We got three powerful brains giving you winners. You got Timbo, the current champ. This guy gambles on everything and is a winner at everything. So you got to trust his mind. You got to trust his capper. You got Devin, who only watches MMA. He doesn't know what a football is. I referenced the hockey puck one time. He said, "What's that?" This guy is locked in to MMA. Me, I'm a football guy. I'm an MMA guy, but I've been around the game for a long time. I'm ready to make money. We're ready to make you money. We're going to go over the rules when Devin gets back from pissing. We got a little slight change in the rules this year for our pick'ems to try to avoid ties, to help you guys, listeners, viewers, whatever, make money, maximize as much as that is card. Every fight is a potential winner for somebody. Every fight, even though there's some thinkers and the lines are crazy sometimes, every single fight you can win. That's what's great about MMA. You got 14 bets essentially on one thing, so you gotta love that. And it's Wednesday, middle of the day. Devin, how's your piss? You all right? You wash your hands?
Man, I got a kidney stone. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn.
That'd be fucking terrible.
You just cursed yourself,
Yeah, you're going to have one now, dude. Way to go.
If I curse myself, Brian saying every UFC fighter that's soft that gets COVID is by far a worse curse.
I've already had it, dude. I got the antibodies. Look at this fucking guy. You think it's coming through this neck? You think it's attacking me?
Thick neck.
Sniffle.
Hey, what was the measurement of that neck?
Sniffle. 2 days, a little bit of a cough. After that, full of energy.
Was it bad? Did you? I mean, I know you lost your taste, but was it really that bad? Or not really?
Literally, that's the worst part. Like, I'm a hypochondriac. I've actually gotten a lot better over the past 2 years. I really thought I was going to kind of freak out, right? So the first 2 days, I had like a slight fever on the Sunday going into a Monday. And then on Tuesday night, I lost my taste. Like I'm literally brushing my teeth. Like I was like, I can't taste anything. The next day, I had a Chick-fil-A spicy chicken, which I don't eat. Couldn't taste it. I was like, oh, this fucking sucks. And then Friday night, almost a week into it, for 2 days, I got a little bit of a dry cough. And that kind of concerned me because, like, when the cough comes, that means it's in your lungs. That means, whatever. And then on Monday, I'm doing fucking backflips out of bed, slap my girl on the ass going, "What's up?" That ain't nothing for me, man. That kills Jeff Neal maybe with his little pneumonia. And don't take this guy down. Okay, Dev? Okay,
you can talk for salad without tasting it.
I offered. She was. We still couldn't have sex yet. We didn't get the green light because of she squeezed the 11-pound baby out of her vagina and it ripped her asshole. All right, let's fucking
Very
go,
nice.
boys. Team the board the best on this Wednesday. That's my boy Christian. Matt Helberg's back again. Hey, made it just in time. We got some viewers. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to let the listeners, the people know what we're doing here. Trying to make you winners. And we're also trying to keep it above board. If you boys can see that, new scoring system in place just for us. So rule number one, nothing too crazy has changed. Make people money. The underdogs are going to be worth more because we want to encourage us as the pickers to give underdog picks. That's how you hit your money. Obviously, don't reach. Only pick unders that you feel are going to win because we're trying to give out winners. Mix it up more. Can't pick the same locks. Send them home as someone else. So Dev, me, and Timbo can't have the same locks. Tim also suggested we shouldn't double up. Like since I could double up or triple up on the same guy. Spread it out a little bit. Let's get some more plays on the board. I like that rule. So once a fighter taken from send them home, motor lock, underdog lock, they're taken, they're gone. The pick 'em or risk 'em. This is a little different this year. I take pride on being able to pick a pick 'em fight. They're the hardest fights to pick, as you guys know. In a pick'em fight in our system is going to be anybody that's in the minuses together. It doesn't have to be minus 115 versus minus 115. That is a true pick'em. But if you got a minus like 120 and a minus 105, they're both in the minus money. Slight dog, slight whatever. Those are going to be pick'ems. You have a chance to risk it. If you're feeling very confident in one side or the other, you can risk 2 points. It's a 2-point swing. You get 2 points, you lose 2 points. The Tejada rule. This is shout out to Devin Tejada. He loves taking Valentina Shevchenko at minus 8,000. Locks over 300.
Lock and send him home.
Yeah, lock over 300. If it loses, you pick a lock that's over 300. Like say I pick Ricky Simone. He's a minus 400, right? And he's my mortal lock. I lose a point if he loses. Lock over 1,000, which we don't see very often. More like when Valentina fights or something like that. You lose 3 points if you make them lock and you lose. I think you deserve it at that point, right? I mean, you definitely deserve to lose 3 points. I mean, my buddy literally almost got put in an insane asylum for hitting that Macy or missing that Macy Barber at minus 1,000 over Roxy. Be confident in your locks. They're your best bets. They're letting everybody know, hey, they're your best bet. This is the Timbo rule. No switching after the podcast has been recorded unless fights get switched. And that's it, boys. That is it. And we're ready to go. We're ready to rock. Anyone to say anything for the first of the year here? Huh? You guys locked in? You ready? Timbo's got a parlay on.
I'm just thankful we're on East Coast time and we don't have to wake up at 6 o'clock to see some prelims. I get up around 8 or 8:30 anyways, so it's gonna be perfect. So I'll just wake up, turn on TV.
I have the day off. I got the day off. Day off. Shit. I'm getting paid to watch the fights. Dev, what about you?
I got paid to run errands today, so I'm working on Wednesday.
Jeez, you bum, you fake fan, you casual.
Sucks.
Wow.
I'll try to slide it in.
Dude, you know those streams.
If I got one thing to say though,
tell me.
Since I have the platform, Max Holloway is a fucking animal.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
True. I have buddies texting me who, I mean, they're MMA fans, but they're not us. Texting me going, hey, Max Holloway, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know. He looked amazing. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. He looked incredible. But that's another time. Okay, Max Holloway did his thing. Let's
give me one shot. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay. First fight of the night. Female fight. Kind of a stinker, in my opinion. You got Victoria Leonardo, 8-2. She's a plus 160 underdog. She is fighting Manon Fiorot, who is 5-1, minus 200 favorite. Since Timbo's the champ, I'm going to let him decide who goes first. Who do you want to pick first on this, Timbo? Devin, go ahead, Dev. Raise your hand, bud. Go ahead.
Yeah, give me the dog. Give me the dog. She came out and looked good on Contender Series. Pretty good grappling. She's tough. She's got a good top game. And when it's a women's fight like this, I mean, you might as well pick the underdog. Give me the underdog.
Going dog, short and sweet. Timbo, who do you got, bub?
I gotta agree with Dev there.
Tejada.
I will consider this a bowl of spaghetti fight as well. And anytime you got that, you got to go with the dog. So I'll take the points.
Gotcha. I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to here. Yeah, she's a big girl. She looked good in the Contender Series. Devin is right. I have just been hearing a lot of good things about this fucking French broad who got the 2 titles on her fucking Tapology page. I see guys tweeting about her. I looked up some film on her. She's got good boxing, good kickboxing, excuse me. Her ground game's a little suspect. I think Leonardo could probably take her down and expose her. I don't like the line. I suggest you do not bet this because it is a woman's fight. But I'm going to go with people who know a little bit more than me, who study this woman, who know this woman that says that she's the real deal. Both making their UFC debuts. I know Leonardo was on the Contender Series, but I'm going to go with the Frenchie from Nice, France. I'm going to go with Fiorot. I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go chalk. Suck my dick. Let's go. Umar Nurmagomedov minus 590. Excuse me, 560. He's dropped a little bit. He is fighting Sergey Morozov, who is a plus 420. This is a classic Devin Tejada chalk fight. I love it. Guess what? I'll go first. I'm taking Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov is like Smith in Dagestanian. So I had to research if this was in fact related to Khabib. It is. Khabib isn't on Fight Island for this. Yeah. So I'm for that. I'm going to go with Umar. He's obviously going to be your Dagestani wrestler. He's going to take you down. He's going to fucking beat you up against the fence. He's going to fucking maul you. He's 12-0. He's undefeated. He's supposed to make his UFC debut like 10 times. He's fighting Kazakhstan, Sergey Murderov, 16-3. This guy's a solid dude. He's got some knockout punches. I looked on tape on him. I'm not overly impressed. Like, obviously, he could catch Umar. I don't see it happen. I just see Umar giving him no space, taking him down, smothering him, crotch sniffing him, fucking beating him up, just not giving him any room to breathe. And I can understand why Nurmagomedov is this high. It's the last name, and it's a style of fighting. I think Sergey Moroz is a guy who is a solid prospect. I think he's got good striking. He's from a small part of the world. I just think he's getting the raw end here. Now, I could be wrong. I could be just playing bias because of the last name. But, I mean, listen. I mean, if you're in Nurmagomedov, you're training at that camp, you're smothering some people. You're sniffing some crotches. So I'm going to go Umar here. I don't know if you should bet it. It's really fucking high. If you got the bankroll, yeah, go ahead. This is a really good bet for you because I do think Umar is a talented kid. But if you're trying to catch up, if you're trying to make a bankroll, you might not want to waste your time on a 560. All right.
I think I bet him by decision. Maybe like probably get like a minus 200 on that.
Prop them. You can. There's always ways around it. You can prop them. Yep.
Yeah.
You want it? Jump on the bone.
I'm taking Nurmagomedov as well. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I don't see anybody taking anything different here. Dev, you gonna surprise us this year and go crazy?
No, I'm not. Eagles MMA, aka cross training. You can't. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. He's good. There's a video on Khabib's Instagram page where him and Umar are having a push-up competition to see who can do more push-ups in a row. The guy's a fucking beast.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Kazakhstan. Between Wednesday and Saturday, there's a lot of Kazakh fighters on
really
these two cards.
Flag a lot pop up. Yeah, they're small. I root for small countries. That girl from Panama, Jocelyn Edwards, looked fucking phenomenal. First Panamanian woman to win in the UFC. That's great. I like
Panamanian.
Is that how you say it?
Panamanian.
Sorry, I'm American, Evan. The fucking Canadian term of it. She looked awesome though. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next fight. This fight has been fucking killing me. I'm going last on this. Mike Davis minus 188 versus Mason Jones plus 152 underdog. Set the story for you guys. Mason Jones is one of two guys to win the Cage War, 2 titles in the Cage Wars. Conor McGregor, Dan Hardy, both were double champs in Cage Wars. Mason Jones is the third guy to do it. Has a lot of hype around him. I've been studying tape forever. I do like Mike Davis a lot. I think he's really good. So this is breaking my brain. Devin, I want to hear what you say first.
Yeah, another Welsh fighter. This guy's he's a good fighter. He's got a lot of wins by striking. Got a lot of finishes by strikes. That's how he wins a lot of fights. He's got a diverse striking game. He's got finish by knees in the clinch. He's got TKO finishes by punches. He's really, really dynamic. And Wales has the most badass country flag. It's a fucking dragon. It's fucking
the red and green one.
It's
a fucking dragon.
Flag.
It's dope.
Oh, it's a cool flag.
Its name is Dragon too.
Yeah,
no one wants to go there, but it's a cool ass flag.
Yeah, it's dope. So, and then Mike Davis, on the other hand, he has between, I already said Max Holloway once, between like Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar, fucking Anthony Smith and Glover Teixeira, Mike Davis and Thomas Gifford. Those are like 3 of the worst beatdowns that have happened in the last 10 years of MMA. Like those are 3 bad fucking beatdowns. Mike Davis owns one of the worst beatdowns in MMA history. What he did to Thomas Gifford was bad. That fight should have been stopped. Mike Davis is really, really good. He's got good crisp hands. He lives down in Miami. He's got great striking. Not just because I'm from Miami, but Miami, South Florida in general has a really, really good, they have a lot of good MMA fighters that come out of that area. A lot of people go there to train.
Not from there. They just go there to train. They ain't from there.
More than Cincinnati.
I got a Hall of Famer from my city. Let's go.
Rich, baby.
Rich Wrangler.
Dan Marino, man. Come on.
Dan Marino's from Pittsburgh.
He resides in Miami.
That motherfucker. He sucks. Go ahead.
But yeah, I'm gonna rock with Mike Davis here. I think I don't love that he's that much of a favorite. Because I do see the Welshman being able to have success in the striking. He's got arguably a better professional background and a better professional record. I just think Mike Davis hits hard. I think he's got really, really good and clean stand-up. I just think he's a little bit more technical in the striking. Cage Warriors is a great feeder organization for the UFC, but it's not the UFC. I don't know if how big are the Cage Warriors crowds? Do you guys know how big those crowds are normally?
I mean, they're the premier organization in Europe. I'm assuming.
I'm assuming because Europe has a lot of big stadiums as well. Like Europe, those guys love martial arts.
Well, they're not in a state. They're not in stadiums. I mean, I'm sure they're in arenas.
They're in arenas, but
I'm sure they're doing well over there.
They can fill an arena. So I wonder who's fought in front of a bigger crowd. Because Mike Davis has fought.
Mike Davis, yeah, Gifford fought. I mean, the Gifford fight was in front of a crowd. I'm sure that was more. That was probably 15, 20,000 people. I gotta imagine that's maybe more. Maybe the. So what? That's your angle here. You're
I'm just curious to see, because one of them is making their UFC debut, and there will be a crowd finally. Again, I know it's a select few people that are able to be in the crowd, but I wonder if that's just going to make a difference on a fight that could be potentially so close.
Timbo, I need your expertise here.
What was Mike Davis? He's a minus
188. 188. I think he's probably came down a little bit, but he is still 178. So little money's coming on Mason right now.
Okay.
How much?
I mean, like Dev said, I'll echo his thoughts on that. The UFC and Cage Warriors are different for a reason. And Mike Davis has proved that he belongs in the UFC. Granted, I didn't know much about Thomas Guilford beforehand, but you put on a beating on somebody that is clearly UFC caliber because they're there. He does have the loss to Gilbert Burns where he got finished by rear naked, but the Welsh kid, I don't know nothing about him, so I can only assume Mike Davis is going to go out there and display showcasing of striking, and I'm going to bet a finish. If it's hopefully a 3-1, if he's maybe 2-1, but. Yeah, I'll bet that prop for a finish.
I love it. Let me look at the prop for finish. So Mike Davis by KO is plus 240.
Yeah, run it, baby.
So that is a decent
$20 on that one.
Yeah, that is a decent little thing. So I ingested everything you guys said. Like I said, this and the main event I've been really breaking my brain on this week. I keep getting hung up on the fact that Conor did it, Dan Hardy did it. They both did well in the UFC. Mason Jones has his own YouTube vlog thing where he's like, showcasing a day in the life. BT Sports with John Gooden sat down with Mason Jones. And I'm kind of buying into him. I like his mental. I like the way he's approaching this. Thomas Guilford is a high school janitor. I mean, the guy stinks. I mean, listen, Mike Davis really impressed me in the Sadiq Yusuf fight on the Contender Series where he lost. He showed incredible heart. He should have been knocked out in that fight. He should have been stopped, but he didn't. He kept coming. Mike Davis has underrated ground game, good wrestling. The Gilbert Burns fight, I mean, that was Gilbert Burns' last fight at 155. The kid's a beast, right? I mean, what are you going to do? Mike Davis is coming up to 155 pounds. Now, he used to be 145er. He's ripped. He's jacked. Mason Jones has fought as high as 170. Not the biggest 170 guy in the world, but Mason Jones can have a little bit of size here. I see Jones. He's good to take some of the flash away from Mike Davis. Mike Davis has really crisp punching, and in that first round is going to be incredibly dangerous. But Mason Jones, I feel like, is a grimy dude. He likes to get in the clinch. He likes to fuck that body up. He can take you down. He doesn't have traditional takedowns. His double legs okay, but he like a hip toss, high waist to crotch. He has a lot of unique takedowns, and he's heavy on top. He's not a submission threat. I see Mike Davis, who was jacked to the gills, getting tired in this fight and getting tired of Mason Jones taking over. I'm going Mason Jones as an underdog here. I thought about it all week. The plus money is too enticing. This is a bet that you definitely bet. You bet them straight up. You do not parlay this. This is a straight wager. You put your nuts on the table and you go, I'm taking the dude from fucking Wales. And that's what I'm doing, baby.
I hear you. Yeah, Mike, to go to your point there, I mean, Mike Davis has never won a fight by decision. So he's always gotten it done. He's lost fights by decision, obviously to Sadiq Yusuf.
Right.
But yeah, so his gas tank might be a problem.
Fight, right? And now, listen, to counteract my own point, he was cutting the 45. He's a ripped up dude. He's fucking muscle on muscle.
Yeah.
So not cutting the 55 is good. He did gas in the Gilbert Burns fight. but that wasn't short notice at 155, and Gilbert Burns just put a pressure on him. I just see Mason Jones is going to be a dangerous first round. He gets out of the first round, I think we're going to be okay.
It's a good test. It's a really good test. It's a really good test for Mason.
To me, this is letting UFC fans and fans like us who know how good Mike Davis is, like, oh, if this kid gets through him, he's a real deal at 155. So I'm believing in it. I'm buying into the hype. We'll see.
I don't blame you.
My name on it. I'm not going to put my fucking reputation on it, but I'm fucking taking him.
It's a pick-em fight to me. Like, I don't love that Davis is a 2-1 favorite, honestly. Like,
I got to get Davis 1-1 in the UFC. He's fought Gil Burns. Guilford stinks, but he dominated him, right? He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I can see him being a favorite. 188, a little high. Hasn't fought in a while. Has pulled out of a lot of fights. But yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it Wednesday, babe. Okay, next up, Jerome Rivera, plus 124. He is fighting Francisco Figueiredo. Davison Figueiredo's little brother, older brother, some brother. Minus 152. Jerome Rivera is a fight dog here. I'll go first. Listen, I like the dog here. I like Jerome Rivera. I don't think he's overly talented. I just think he's fought some really good competition, albeit lost. He was in the LFA, he fought in Contender Series, fought in UFC, and got knocked out by Tyson Nam, I believe. I don't see Figueiredo knocking him out. I looked up tape on Figueiredo. He's got a lot of finishes, but he doesn't impress me. He's not his brother, right? He's aggressive dude. Comes out, he swings. He's gonna throw hard, but other than that, I just see Jerome Rivera using his length, using his distance, and picking him apart and fucking him up, and possibly win the decision. Probably could get a finish too as well. I have prop written down here, a Jerome Rivera finish. We'll see what kind of line we're gonna get on that because we're all about making money. He's a plus 132 underdog, so he's came up. I had him at plus 124, so money's coming in. I figure that out because people are figuring out that he's Devinson's brother. So Jerome Rivera by KO TKO is 1,600.
What's about submission? It's probably like plus 300, 3-1, because that's all he does is submit.
But plus submission is 850, and by points is 210. So they're really, I think it's name value here. They're giving Figueiredo. He's got a lot of knockout wins, but I think he's fought nobody. That Brazil record you can't trust. And
he's fought John Lineker.
Yeah, and he fucking fought John Lineker 20 years ago and lost.
10 years ago.
There you go. Jerome Rivera, I'm taking it. Dev has shitted all over this guy so much. Devin, I want to hear you pick.
Was I right, though?
Were you right about what?
Him getting finished by Tyson Nam, and I told you to lock that.
Oh, that was your glory moment, dude. I remember that.
Yeah, jerk it later. Talk about this fight.
So I just don't think Jerome Rivera is good. He's tough. He's scrappy. He just puts his chin on the line way too much when he fights. He's one of those fighters that just puts his chin on the line, and I don't think he has the chin or the striking to make up for it. I think people are buying into the Figueiredo name. Just like you said, you know, they look for. I mean, brothers always do look similar. Like siblings always look similar, but these two brothers look fucking real similar, especially like in their UFC profile picture. They look. Him and Davison look real fucking similar. I don't know if they're twins or I don't know who's older or younger. But I'm gonna. What's the line?
Yeah,
Rivera is a plus 132, and Figueiredo is a minus 152.
So they're not. He's not a crazy favorite. I just don't think I'm gonna pick him. I just don't think Jerome's really great. But I mean, he could come out and win by submission.
If you picked Jerome Rivera, it wasn't valid because of what you said about him. So
yeah,
I'm glad you picked Figueiredo. Good job, Timbo. Where you going here, babe?
I gotta go with Figueiredo as well, man. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, until proven otherwise, you know, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. You know, he's got a couple losses on his records, but he hasn't, from my knowledge, going through his record here. You all right?
You okay, Dev?
God damn.
I turned off my mic. I'm dying over here.
You're dying, bro.
But I mean, you know, even if he doesn't possess the same power as Figueiredo, if he just has a fraction of it, you know, he could put this guy to sleep. And, you know, we saw in last fight, Tyson Nam can crack. He's getting up there in age, but he can still crack. So, yeah, I'll go Figueiredo, and I'll probably bet. I mean, I'm hoping for a lot of finishes on Wednesday, but I'll probably bet him to finish as well.
Midweek card, they get crazy, bro. You don't know what to expect. I'm going down tomorrow, placing my bets. I feel like this is a prop-heavy card. I like some of the lines, but I feel like this is a prop-heavy card. All right, next up. Dauche Lugambula Fucking, I mean,
you nailed it.
Of course I did. I've been practicing all goddamn week. Minus 138, he's fighting Marcus Perez, who is a plus 112. Let's kick it to the champ. Who you like? You like Dolce or you like Marcus Perez here, babe?
Okay. Hold on. I need to take a look at this fight, actually.
Take a look.
Babe.
We said, babe?
Hey,
You call him babe.
Yeah, I did. We got problem with it.
What's the line?
Babe.
What's the line on this?
Dolce is a minus 138, and Marcus Perez is a plus 112. As according to FanDuel right now, Marcus Perez is a plus 120, so he's came down a little bit.
I remember Dolce.
Fights at 205. Perez is a 185er. Fights at 205. Dolce, South African.
Beast.
I apologize. Say the line one more time. Dolce's the dog, right?
No. Dolce, minus 138 favorite. Marcus Perez, the guy who paints his face up like the Joker, plus 120.
Okay.
The one who just got finished by the other South African.
I think, but yeah.
But, freezing up on us.
Dolce, I remember this.
He's got a rat on a bike powering his internet.
He's coming off. I don't even know how he's still in the. I don't know how he's still in the UFC. He's been in the UFC for a while though, or 4 years. He's coming off 3 fucking losses. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're good. You froze for a little bit. You're good now.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you clear. Yeah,
okay.
You just froze.
Okay. Yeah. Give me.
There he goes.
Okay. Yeah. Give me Dolce. I'm taking the favorite.
Tim, I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna. You're going chalk.
He's riding my coattails here.
You're going chalk.
Hey, I gotta keep the belt, baby.
Man. Good thing I got a drink.
And these aren't huge chalk picks either. These are not. These are like minus 150s and minus 180s.
You're right, they're not, but it's chalky. Dev, who you got? I think I already know.
Marcus Perez does not do good against guys from Africa. That's known. That's how. Didn't you cash pretty big on him being a favorite? You picked the underdog in his last fight when he got knocked out. Marcus Perez. White guy, South African. He's middleweight.
Yeah. He fought
Perez. Knocked him out.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he knocked him out in the first round. The big South African. I did cash on him.
Just Duplessis.
Duplessis, that's what his name is. Yeah. The white dude. Yeah.
From South Africa, saying he's going to be the first South African-born MMA fighter or MMA champ, whatever. So I think I'm going to go Logan Bula as well. I just think he's going to come out and grapple him. Perez also has been finished. Logan Bula is a big dude. If he can get him down, he can probably hurt him and finish him. Marcus Perez was a champ in a previous organization, but he just has not done well in the UFC. He's got a lot of finishes. He's been finished a lot. Logan Bula is not that great. He's not a very composed fighter, but he's got a good grappling wrestling base. I'm gonna rock with him.
I'm going opposite of you boys. I like the fact that this is at 205. Marcus Perez was a former champion in LFA. He's fought the who's who. He's beaten some really good guys. Like Devin said, he's coming to the UFC and he just hasn't done it. I don't know if he's distracted. I don't know if he's worried about painting his fucking face before the weigh-ins. What it is, it's a mental thing for him. I like the fact that he doesn't have to cut weight. I like the fact that he's getting in there fairly quickly against a guy who hasn't fought in a little bit, who's coming off a knockout himself. Dolce is a big, long, rangy guy. He's got good some striking, but little one-dimensional in my opinion. I think Marcus Perez can mix it up a little bit. I'm not overly confident. I probably would bet this straight as opposed to a parlay because I'm not super confident. But I do like Perez at the plus number. I don't know why. I just had a feeling about this. I just don't think Dolce is all that great. I think if the lines reverse, I'd go Dolce. This is a line play strictly. I'm thinking about Perez being a former champion, fighting some of the fucking toughest dudes. And he's a pretty thick dude. He's not the biggest guy, but he's a thick guy. So the weight cut issue is going to be non-existent. So and the fact that he's turning around quick, I feel like he's like embarrassed by getting knocked out, and he's hungry. He wants to get in there. He wants to fight, and I think it's a good matchup for him.
I like how you put a positive spin on a guy that's coming off of a pretty vicious knockout.
What you say? Say it again. Say it again.
Me?
Yeah.
Or Tim?
Say it again. Go ahead. What do you, Timbo? You say what you say, and then Chalk the Hot will talk.
I'm seeing a lot of people taking Perez by submission.
Ooh,
I don't know what that prop is.
I don't have a prop
does he
on
have a
that
background
yet.
in that?
He's well rounded, but not really. I mean, he's more of a fucking just slot fighter. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna either knock you out or grind you out. Would you say, Devin?
I said I love how you put a positive spin on a guy that is coming off of a pretty vicious knockout that you bet against and won money, and he put a positive spin on that. Like
Frankie Edgar came off a horrible knockout against Brian Ortega, bounced back like a month later and dominated Cub Swanson. It can happen, baby. Let's go. All right, next up.
Did you bet that fight?
No, I didn't bet that fight. Oh. No, I didn't bet that fight. No, I didn't. All right, Sue Majari, -400 favorite fighting Zaruk. Oh boy, Zaruk Adashev. I fucking nailed it. 3-2. He is a +300 underdog. Devin, what do you like, bub? And let me correct you guys. Correct my own line. Excuse me. Within a day, Sue Majari is now a -500 favorite, and Zaruk is a +385 underdog. So the line is climbing. People love Sue. He looked fantastic his last time out. Dev, who you got, bub?
Give me Sue. Give me Sue by finish.
Easy, huh? By finish, he said.
Yeah. This guy's a vicious. People say Davison Figueiredo is a really dangerous striker at flyweight, which he is. But this guy could be second or third right now. He's got really, really dynamic striking, really, really good accuracy. He's really, really long, and he's like, it's similar to like a Kevin Holland body type where you can just sting you with super accurate punches and put you down. It's really similar to that. Sumaderji is really, really good. He's a good prospect. I believe he's coming down. He's came down from bantamweight. I'm pretty sure he's fought previously in his career at bantamweight. And he's just his striking's just so good. I mean, I just see him, just finishing by strikes. I see him throwing something accurate and just touching his chin and putting him out.
Timbo, thoughts?
Yeah. What is this? What is this? Everybody that fucking Tyson Nams beat, and
he's on the card.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just gotta agree with Dev there. This dude's looked good, especially in his last one, which I lost money on him because where is he from? Where is he from?
China.
Yeah, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Chinese fighters, and I don't give them enough respect as I should. But this guy's got my respect, so I'll roll with him, and I'll probably prop this as well for a finish.
Yeah, this is definitely a prop. I can't go with Zaruk is a glory kickboxer. He made his UFC debut, and everyone's like this. He's 3-1. Everyone's like, this kid's striking's great, but he's really short. And sometimes kickboxing, they strike in patterns. It's almost like a dance, right? When you watch two high-level kickboxers go at it, it's almost like
there's no offbeat. There's no offbeat striking.
Yeah, right. They let them kick them because it's all in rhythm. Yep. And sometimes when they come out of MMA, there's a different rhythm because they're like, I'm not going to let you fucking hit me. So he got slept in his UFC debut. I think people are sleeping on him. I hate this line. I hate how high it is, but I have to agree with you. Sue Majari is a legit striker. He's got some questions on the ground. Luis Smokas tapped him out back at 135. So his ground game needs to get cleaned up a little bit before he starts fighting with some of the big boys. This is a perfect matchup for him, though. He's fighting a guy you don't got to worry about the ground. He's way bigger than him, and I think he's going to piece him up. And Zaruk is a good striker, former kickboxing. I don't know if he's a champ, but definitely a high-level kickboxer. But yeah, he's not getting it done here. I'm going to go Sue Majari. I'm going to go chalk as well. No straight plays, probably a prop fight, and then definitely probably a parlay. Tim, you got something? Your eyes
no.
I thought your eyes lit up like you're about to say something. All right, another chalky fight. Ricky Simone. Don't say Simon. It's fucking Simone. -400. He is fighting a short notice replacement. Supposed to be Brian Kelleher. He had a false positive. Gaetano Perello, who I looked up a lot of tape on this guy because I had no idea who he was. I'll go first. I'll give you guys a break. I want to take this big underdog so bad. I think this is a fight where the underdog, who's a +300, is going to look good. He's not going to look like a +300 underdog. His takedown defense is questionable, but it's getting better. His striking is very powerful. He has a lot of finishes on the feet. His clinch game is brutal. His elbows are nasty. He's a killer in there. Problem is Ricky Simone's a big, thick, fucking strong dude in this division. His striking's coming a long way since, fucking an 80-year-old Uriah Faber knocked him out. His grappling is I think, really world-class. His cardio is what makes him a good fighter. His cardio is through the roof. He doesn't get tired. He can take you down. I think it's going to be an interesting first round. I think Simone, who last time he fought, boxed Ray Borg and grappled a little bit, but just outsized him. I hope he doesn't get happy with his hands because I think this kid can put him out, this Belgian kid. I'm going to go Simone here. I'm going to go chalk. I'm not going to lay my nuts on the table for this kid, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what the line says. I truly do. I think this Perlo kid is a sick finisher. I just think he needs to clean up some things on the ground, and he's getting a pretty tough draw in his UFC debut on short notice. So I'm going to go Simone here. Timbo, you look like you got something to say. Take it, babe.
Oh, I'm being a dog.
Oh,
I'm being a dog, man.
Dog play.
I mean, I don't know much about this kid, but he's got a lot of finishes on his record, and I do know a lot about Ricky Simone. Yeah. And I haven't been impressed. I think he's been overhyped, overrated. Clearly, Ray Borg's not putting anybody to sleep. So, the fact that he did go 3 rounds with shit. God damn it. Hold on. Let me look it up. I just
talking about Simone?
Rob Font. Yeah. The fact that he went 3 rounds with Rob Font, that's impressive. But was that right after Rob Font went to have surgery or before?
Yeah, that was Rob Font's last fight before his last fight.
Okay. So I think Rob Font was clearly, not 100% in that fight.
Yeah.
And then, Uriah Faber, Uriah Faber's knocking you out, dude, and your chin doesn't get better all of a sudden, So,
do you believe in fluke knockouts though? Like that was just like a fucking fluke.
They all have the same place. They all have the same place.
Mary from an old dog in Uriah, and it wasn't his hometown too. So that place is.
Yeah, I mean it was huge. I made some money on that fight, man. It was a stupid bet. Shouldn't have bet Uriah, but I did anyways because he's my boy. But no, I mean with this guy, like I think this German kid cracks harder than Uriah Faber. I don't think Uriah Faber's. I don't even remember him. He's just a submission artist. When the fuck has he ever knocked somebody out that I can?
Yeah, I mean he's got hands, but you're right. He's not like he's not like a one touch guy.
So he hurt Petroyan.
No, he didn't.
No, he did. Watch the fight.
I don't think he did. He got hurt by Petroyan bad.
No, he stung.
The only time I've seen Petroyan get hurt was John Dodson dropped him.
But I mean, regardless,
I'll rewatch the fight, Trevor, and I'll text you how wrong.
The points make it worth it. It's a shot in the dark a little bit, but I don't fuck with Ricky Simone. I think he's overrated. I think he's overhyped, and I think the line is good for this. So
I like this shot. I do.
Yeah, give me the German.
I think he's Belgian. I think he's from Belgium. I don't know.
Give me the Belgium kid.
I don't know if you call a German. Hold on. Let me see where he's born. Yeah, he's Belgium. All right.
Okay.
They have very similar flags, so I don't know if they hate each other or not. Like I know
Germans hate everyone, bro.
Worked with was from Taiwan, and people called him Chinese. Like, oh, you're from China, and he would murder you. Like he'd pull no, dude, don't you fucking say that. Devin, who you got, bud?
Steal the fortune cookies out of his locker. I agree with what Tim says. Like, if you look at the record, the same way that Perello wins fights is how Ray Borg gets hurt and gets behind on fights, even if he wins those fights. And the same way this guy loses is how Ray Borg wins fights. Like Ray Borg likes. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying Borg. Simone. Thinking of that opponent that they had last. I think Simone likes to grapple a lot. He's got good rear naked chokes. He doesn't have a crazy submission game, but he's got a good takedown game and a good top control game. His fight with Ray Borg, he did outstrike Ray Borg, and he did win that fight. He was able to outstrike him and get him and take him down and win that fight. But he did have, like Brian said, have success with his hands. And that is worrisome against somebody that has a lot of finishes on their record. I agree with both of you guys because I don't think the line should be 4-1. I think it should be a lot closer. This is a fight where, Ray Borg could get stung on the feet and get finished, or he could take this kid down and, dominate 3 rounds, or, take his back and choke him out. It could go either way.
This dude did choke out Marab also, so that's also something to think about.
Did he really though?
I forgot about that. Yeah, Ricky Simone. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Let them. Yeah,
I hate that that ref has never reffed in the UFC again. You know that?
Oh no shit. Well, yeah, because
was it?
Fucking.
It was some young guy. I forget his last name. He literally went to Mark Goddard. Like Ray Longo said this on the Annick Foreign. He went to Mark Goddard, who was cage side. Mark Goddard's like, no, he was out. I saw it. And Ray goes, the fuck are you talking about? You're 2 rows back. What are you doing? He's like, Ray, I've been doing this forever. I know he was out. It's like, fuck you, Mark Goddard.
Liam Kerrigan. Liam Kerrigan is the ref.
Never refed again. He was a young, skinny guy. Literally, was like, oh, what do I do? And he looked at Mark Goddard, who I guess was the head official at that event. And Mark Goddard's like, no, he was out. Blah, blah, blah.
I hate Mark Goddard.
I
hate him, dude. Everybody thinks he's so great. And I think one of the best refs is Keith Peterson.
No nonsense.
I think he's fucking great.
I like Herzog. Herzog's the guy.
Herzog lets fights go.
Yeah, and he should. Fighters, Dev.
Dean's been letting him go.
Hold on. Yeah. Have you picked this fight yet?
I'm going. Just hard the number. 4-1 is where I'm stuck. Like the line. You said he's plus 390, right?
Plus 385, yeah.
Plus 380, yeah. So it's like 4-1 odds. Like that's crazy. So you get 4 points if you win.
3.
I'm going with the underdog, man. Give me the underdog.
Now you get none.
Give me the underdog. It's just Ray Borg. I don't think he's that great.
Ricky Simone, damn it.
Why am I saying Ricky? Why am I saying Ray Borg? Fucking hey, Ricky Simone. I don't think he's that great. I just don't. That's how relevant he is to me. I think he's overhyped. I keep saying fucking Ray Borg. I don't know why.
I think, dude, his cardio is what separates him. Being a big 135er like he is. He's thick boy. He can go. His skills are world class. I agree with you guys. His grappling's average, wrestling's average, his stand-up's average. He has no knockout power. You little ass Ray Borg could probably fight at 115 if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
You didn't knock him out standing up. I mean, you don't have hands. But yeah, so we're split again. You guys are taking the dog. I'm taking Simone there. All right, next up, Mario Makedov, plus 126 underdog fighting Tom Breeze. Breeze, minus 154 favorite. Devin, you go first here, babe. Who do you like?
I didn't know that Breeze is the favorite. I figured the odds would be the other way
around.
Minus
154. Mario Makmedov coming off a loss to Chris Weidman, who you fucking hate, Devin. So Tom Breeze coming off a big win over Brendan Allen.
I'm going with Tom Breeze.
Tom Breeze kind of staying active. You're going Tom Breeze, you said?
Yeah, wherever his head is at, that's what it comes down to, because he's got all the talent in the world. Yeah. Is he anxious and he's gonna freak out after having a crowd of people in Abu Dhabi, after flying across the world? I don't know. He's a big mental guy. He's had problems with anxiety and stuff like that in the past, and he feels like that's where he was truly underperforming because of those reasons. But I think he's got crisp stand-up. The Brendan Allen win is a good win. I think
he lost.
Was it a loss?
No, he beat Brendan Allen. No, he beat Brendan Allen.
Tapology saying otherwise. Lost by ground and pound 4 minutes in.
No, he knocked Brendan Allen out.
Are you thinking of Strickland?
I'm thinking of you're right. I'm thinking of Sean Strickland. My bad. Yeah, you're right. He lost Brown.
Yeah.
My apologies.
They look similar though.
Thank you for correcting that. My apologies. You're right. He just beat up KB Bueller, who doesn't belong in the UFC. Excuse me. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go with Tom Breeze. I thought the odds are gonna be flipped, and I thought he was gonna be a good underdog play. I didn't look at the odds before. I figured he would be the underdog since Akhmedov has been ranked and stuff like that. And he did have success against Weidman. I'm really surprised that Omari Akhmedov is the.
We'll take a shot at the dog.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's a dog. I just don't think he has a good gas tank, and he gasses out. I'm gonna go with Breeze.
Breezy. I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go Breeze as well. Not because I thought he was Sean Strickland and that he's coming off of Brendan Allen. That has nothing to do with it. Tom Breeze has battled mental issues, and it looked like he's finally got those under control. He's a super talented guy. He's big for the weight class. He used to fight at 170, which is crazy. It's big 185er, good takedown defense, which Omari Makmedov is the only thing he wants to do is take you down. I'm going to go Breeze as well at minus 154. I think that's a really, really nice price. But Omari Makmedov, he's a Russian. He's got that fucking takedown. Timbo.
Yeah. Akhmedov, I mean, I don't want to say he was a softball for Chris Weidman, but considering the competition – yeah, I mean, he was considering the competition that Chris Weidman, was fighting. UFC wanted Chris Weidman to win that fight, and he won it how we all thought he would in a boring decision. I mean, I don't want to say it was boring, but it was a boring decision.
No, they both got really tired. And,
and it was close too. Like it shouldn't have been that close.
Both got gassed. It was a third round. Came down in the third round.
And as David said, the guy Tom Breeze, I think UFC wants him to do well. I mean, he's a young guy. He's like, what's 28? 28. Good looking guy. But
does look like Sean Strickland.
He does look like Sean Strickland. I thought, yeah.
Okay. Wild. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've mispronounced a lot of names. I've never been more embarrassed right now.
That's Sean Strickland. Hey,
I tell you what, the sound quality when you said it sounded great.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that.
You said it confidently, so you look good saying it too. You're real confident.
That one's gonna stay with me. Like I've never get embarrassed in my life. Like ask my wife. Like I could walk in with shit on my shoe and I'm like, well, it's there. But I'm gonna take that with me to bed. I guarantee.
Just pick Sean Strickland next time he fights.
I'm gonna have to.
You already picked him.
But Timbo, go back to your picks here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Akhmedov. I'm gonna take the dog here. I think that's a great dog pick, especially that YouTube, took the
that's
freezing. But
right, he wins.
For the listeners, this is something. Akhmedov is not gonna finish him. So I mean, whatever the prop for decision is, if that's a 3-1, definitely fucking hammer that because he can easily.
I don't think it will be a Akhmedov by points is plus 230.
If you're going to bet Akhmedov, bet that.
Yeah. And then by some and what is the round betting here? Excuse me. Total rounds over 2.5, which is minus 142, which I think is almost a guarantee.
I agree.
I think because you don't have to pick a winner, but that fight's going over 2.5.
Yeah, but Akhmedov, man, he's got wins over Ian Heinisch. Tim Boatshoe, he had a.
He just gasses when he grapples. He likes to grapple. And
he has a draw with Marvin Vittori. Like this guy,
he's fought everyone. He's got a great
handle. Chris Weidman, like
he just didn't look good against. The reason he's priced because he fell out of his rankings because he didn't look good against Weidman, and he just gassed. It was just as simple as that. I think he's an awkward fighter. I think he makes fights ugly. I think he was a guy that a lot of people avoided. With all the he beat Ian Heinisch. He had a draw with Vittori. Not a lot of guys wanted to fight this guy. But he looked really old and slow and human and Weidman. So unless a completely different fighter comes out, I think this is going to be a really close fight. And I like the over 2.5 at 942. I know it's not a plus number, but that is that's a sweet little number. All right, next up, I think main card here, Lerone Murphy minus 310 fighting Douglas Andrade plus 240. Let's go with the champ here. Do you like Lerone Murphy as the favorite? Or you like Douglas Andrade here? Both strikers, both heavy-handed. That's about all I gotta say about that.
He's a minus 300 for a reason. This dude's legit. I'm really looking forward to watching him, continue the path that he's on. He can crack. I don't know much about the Andrade. Who's he fighting? Douglas Andrade. Yeah. Oh, that's right. He did. I mean, yeah, he got starched by Peter Yan. I do remember that. I can see
fought everybody. He's got a good record. He's fought a lot of good people.
Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, he's fought Rob Font. He's got a win over Cheeto Vera. Granted,
who doesn't?
What I'm saying? Other than your boy,
he'll get it back. He'll run it back.
I don't think he will.
You already know what do you mean, guys? He won that fight. He's undefeated.
Okay, he's 12-0.
He's undefeated.
Okay, he broke his leg and healed himself within 2 hours. Impressive. Timbo, who you taking in this?
Yeah, give me Murphy.
Lerone. Devo.
Give me the Englishman, Lerone Murphy. He's going to come out there and piece him up.
I forgot he was a British black dude. I thought
British black dude, yeah. Have you ever heard like British rappers? Like
they're dope. It's funny.
There's that one. God damn it, I can't think of who it is now.
If he's the most famous
Adele. This dude's dating Adele, and he was
I know you're talking about.
He was on a couple albums recently. Like he's crossing over to America, and like this dude is fucking thick English accent. Like when the Spice Girls sang, it sounded like they didn't have any accents.
Yeah.
But when these dudes rap, it's fucking. I love it. All right, I'm taking Lerone Murphy too. I've been high on Lerone Murphy. He had that draw on Fight Island a million years ago against Khabib's boy Taktarov or whatever the fuck his name is. I think he's good. Like his grappling has shored up. His striking is on point. Andrade is very aggressive. 26-3 Very good record, but again, it's a Brazilian record. A lot of those wins are from fucking backyards in fucking Brazil that somehow got sanctioned. He has fought a lot of good guys, Petroyan. He's got some good wins over some solid fighters, but I think his aggressiveness is going to be a problem here. I mean, Lerone Murphy's coming off a knockout win, a finish win over Ricardo Ramos, who's a legit dude. Lerone Murphy keeps it high and tight, baby. Straight shots, beautiful punches, has big power, has big confidence. I believe he
can be a dog too.
Yeah, what?
He can be a dog too, like in a fight.
Right.
He can be a real dog.
He was like literally last time he fought, like his brother was like stabbed to death or something.
Yeah,
there was like crazy stabbings happening in England at that time. So he's fought through some shit. I like Lerone Murphy a lot. I know he's a pricey point there at -310. That's a parlay play for me. I'm confident in that fight. I think he's a solid dude. All right, next up.
Slime ball?
That might be a slime ball. A slime ball parlay. Look at that shirt. God damn, that's a good looking shirt. Next up, Tyson Nam, who's been getting a lot of shine tonight. He's fought like everyone on the card. -132 favorite fighting Matt Schnell, who was a +108 underdog. Slight underdog. Let me see if this line has moved it off. This could be. They might both be in the minuses. They are not, so this is not a pick 'em, risk 'em. I'm going to go ahead and lead the dance here. I'll go ahead and go first. Tyson Nam's a guy, to me, he's a one-trick pony, right? He knocks you out, he doesn't knock you out. That's it, right? He has one option. Matt Schnell has been knocked out before. Matt Schnell has good stand-up, has moved camps a bunch of different times from Louisiana, trains out of Sacramento, was at Alpha Male, was at American Top Team. He's bounced around all over the place. I'm not really sure where he's training his camp now. He's taking some time off. I think Matt Schnell is dangerous on the ground. I'm worried about the chin, though, because his chin can be a problem. He's been hit. He's been knocked out before. Tyson Nam, he lands, he knocks you out. That's just the way it is. I'm going to go Matt Schnell as a dog here, though. I like the plus number. I think Matt Schnell is a little more well-rounded. I think he can do what Sergio Pettis did to Tyson Nam and just outpoint him, be really smart. I don't think Matt Schnell is the striker Sergio Pettis is as far as not getting hit. But I'm looking for Matt Schnell to be a little bit of a dog here. If it goes to the ground, I think Matt Schnell dominates. I don't think he'll go to the ground, though. I think Tyson Nam's just going to be looking for a big right hand all night. And I'm going to bet +108 money that he doesn't find it. Give me Schnell. Give me the dog. Let's go. Jump on the bone. Who wants it? Who wants it?
I'll jump on it. I'm jumping on the dog train with you.
Dogs.
You know, Tyson Nam ain't getting no younger. I think he's 38, and you're on the decline at that point. You're not getting better unless you're on fucking PEDs, and I don't think he's on that.
Is that a accusation right now? You're gonna?
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay.
I am accusing him of getting old, though.
Okay.
And Matt Schnell's in his prime, and he's well rounded. And like you, I'm gonna reiterate what you just said. Nam is a one-trick pony, and just don't fucking get hit. Or it's easier said than done, of course.
Fucking right hand.
But Schnell's got a 5-inch reach advantage as well, so he can keep his distance. So I love. And he's a dog, right? You said Schnell's a dog.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me the dog, baby.
I think he's moved to. Hold on. He is +108. He stayed firm. No money on Schnell on the past 24 hours. That will be come tomorrow because I'm gonna put some on him. Devin, he like you're fucking looking at your cuticles. What are you going? You going chalk?
Yeah, I was gonna go opposite of whatever. I was hoping there was a majority, and I was hoping I was gonna go last.
There you go.
Go opposite. I think the fight could go one of the odds are really close for that reason. I think Tyson Nam cracks really, really hard and has decent takedown defense, and if he finds people's chin, he hurts them. I think Matt Schnell has been hurt in a lot of fights. He's been finished in a lot of fights. His chin is suspect. He's probably the more, he's the more skilled all-around fighter. I just think Tyson Nam hits harder. And if
that bomb, man,
if it's a 5-round fight, the odds are in more of Nam's favor. Every second the fight goes on that he hasn't hit him yet, and there's more time to hit him, the odds are in his favor. If he's on his back, getting controlled on the ground, even if he doesn't get finished and he drops rounds and he can't strike, obviously that the odds will go in Schnell's favor. I think Schnell has a good enough game to take him down and dominate in the grappling. I think he can lay and pray for 3 rounds and get Tyson Nam gassed and not have to be as worried about his big power. But I still think that Tyson Nam will find his chin and probably hurt him. Even if he doesn't finish him, he can win on the scorecards just by hurting him.
I envision this Matt Schnell, who has a really good triangles back. He has a Matt Hellberg said Schnell is a smart pick. Thank you, Matt. Disagreeing with Devin. million points in my book. I envision this Matt Schnell, who has good hands, not the biggest power, but good hands, could overwhelm Nam. Nam could maybe get hurt, but not like rocked, and then shoot for a takedown. Get his fucking neck taken. That's what I see happening at plus 550. I might dabble in that a little bit. A little sprinkle on that. All right, next up.
Sprinkle.
Roxanne Modafferi, plus 285. Roxanne. Do you guys know that song? Did it hurt your ear?
I know it, but I don't know who it is.
You know who sings it? Devin, who sings
really?
that song?
I don't know it off the top of my head, but we split
really? I'm older
game.
than you guys, though. It's the Police. Sting. The Police. Roxanne Modafferi versus Vivian Anjuro. This is Dev's girl. Dev's picked her pretty much every single time she's fought. She is a chalky play at minus 375. Devin, you go first since this is your girl here. Who do you like? Do you like Roxy or do you like Vivian Anjuro?
Give me Roxy.
Whoa!
The underdog.
To
come out and get in her face and take her down and dominate in the grappling. Roxy has shown, more improvement in her striking. She's a super nice person, but now she has more of a tenacity in her game, and that's undeniable. She's a lot more of a tenacious striker. She's, she has decent power. I think Viviani showed a lot of holes in her game against Jessica Eye, being able to get taken down and stuff like that. I think Roxy can get in her face, put her against the cage, and be dirty in the clinch. I think Viviani's a much more powerful striker, and I think she can definitely hurt Roxy. But like you said, it was plus 280.
285.
Yeah, bet Roxy at plus 285, bro. Come on, she's a favorite killer.
She loves the win as a dog. She's plus 290. She's growing as well. She's growing, still 2 points, but she could close at 3 points. Timbo, got to get your expertise here, bud. You like dogs. Do you like Roxy?
I do love dogs. I don't love Roxy, man. I can't do it. And I think the time to take Roxy as a dog is past. And I think that they're still leaving room. She's clearly a dog in this fight, almost a 3-1. But I think that time has passed. With the Macy Barber fight, after that, people were like, okay, this chick is not what she looks like, which is a dork and not a good fighter.
She's not gay. Did you guys know that? She has a boyfriend. I thought she was this whole time. I mean, she's been around for a million years. I thought she was gay.
I would have assumed.
That, or she lived in Japan. She speaks fluent Japanese. Or she was like just banging like little tiny Jap dicks. Like that's literally the only other thing I could think of. But no, like American dude that like trains at our gym in Vegas. Like it's wild.
Huh.
You're going Vivian. You're going.
I am. I think it's a simple game plan. Stick and move. Stick and move throughout the entire fight. She's obviously way more athletic. I think this is an easy pick, and she's not going to finish Roxy, but I think she'll 30-27 her and just piece her up.
Roxanne being straight. I wonder what the odds are with Roxanne being straight. That's for her being straight, it had to have been plus 1,500. There's no way you can look at that woman and be like, oh, she likes dick. I'm torn here because I have Roxanne written down. And I want to take Roxanne because I want to be on the same side if she wins and cancel Dev's underdog points out. And so Dev can be like, well, I was on Roxanne. And I'll be like, well, so was I, right? But I also want to block Tim because this could be a deciding factor where Tim wins again. You know what I mean? But I think my locks and my send them home are going to separate me. So I'm going to go Roxanne. I'm going to go with my original gut. Apparently she has really bad vision problems. And she has
fucking
right. She has gotten laser, whatever the fuck, so she can see now, right? And that's what John Anik said. Is she literally was blind as a bat. She couldn't see in the fight. I don't know if that's going to matter because I think Vivian could put a pace on her and fuck her up on the feet big time. Roxy needs to get this fight to the ground, needs to get Vivian on her back, and just needs to work that game just like she did against Macy. I think she can do it at plus 285. I'm willing to take the risk. So let's go. All right, next up, fight that I think stinks. Ike Villanueva, who is a minus 134 favorite. He is fighting Vincius Morero, who's a plus 110. I'll go first here since this fight stinks so bad. Vincent Morero, both these guys I don't think are UFC quality. Ike Villanueva, 16-11. He's a finisher. I don't think he has a UFC win. If he does, it's something I can't remember. Nope, he does not. He has been finished both times in the UFC. Vincent Morero, this guy is just a fucking tomato can of all tomato cans. Won on the Contender Series and then has been finished in every single one of his fights. Both these guys are bigger 205s. Both these guys finish. They're going to get finished. Someone's going to get finished. So you're going to bet probably under 2.5 or whatever it is. Someone is going to get finished in this fight. I'm going to go Villanueva. I'm going to go to favorite. I just can't bet on Vince Moreira. The guy doesn't have a UFC win. Neither is Ike Villanueva, but I feel like Moreira is just going to flop over. He's just not durable. He's not tough. I'm going to go Ike. Devin, you're shaking your head. Tell me who you got, pal.
I can't believe this is even on this card right.
This high up. This high up too is wild.
But it's really not the vast majority.
But I think it's going to be a quick finish. So they're going to get it. They're like right before the co-main event. All right, here's two fucking idiot 205ers. Let them roll around for a little bit. Someone's going to tap, and then let's get the fuck on with it.
Just like this weekend, though, with Joaquin Buckley and DeKirko, here's a knockout. Someone's going to get finished. They thought it was going to go the other way. Yeah. But they're like, someone's going to get a knockout, and then they're going to tee up fucking Matt Brown and Condit, and then, they're going to tee up Holloway. So I get
a fucking grappling match, which was wild. Figure this banging out a little bit. All right, who do you got, Dev?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ike as well. I think Ike is he, even though he has been finished, I do think he's pretty durable. Like, he does take beatings in his fights. He can hit hard. He's fought at heavyweight before, so him coming down to light heavyweights. I don't mind heavyweights that aren't big coming down in weight. Those are one of the weight. That's like the only weight class that I feel confident in guys coming down. I think, heavyweights and light heavyweights, there's a lot of them that can be interchangeable. I think Stipe could easily fight at 205 if he wanted to put his body through a weight cut.
Everyone says that, but Stipe says his body fat's so low that he probably couldn't. But he weighs 230, 240.
He could.
He looked fucking when he fought DC last, he looked fucking so good. His body, that was the best he's ever looked. Whatever strength and conditioning he's doing, keep doing that. And I'll bet on him against Ngannou. Yeah, I fucking said it.
I'm picking him. I'm betting. I'm taking that fight. I'm going Stipe.
More alert, Dad.
Stipe all fucking day, dude. He's gonna win that fight. He's better than he was before.
So you like Ike? Good.
Yeah, I'm going Ike as well.
If you're a chubby heavyweight, cutting some body fat to go down to 205 is usually not the big of a deal. Timbo, who do you got? You going opposite?
I'm going Oppo, baby. I'm going right field, baby.
Fuck it, right?
Well, I mean, and Moreira, if you look at his record, he's got a lot of majority of submission wins, and Villanueva's got like 5 losses by submission, so he's susceptible to that. And he's not. I'm not confident in Villanueva at all. So
the play here is, I think I wrote down hate. Like, I hate this fight.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I hate it.
I think the play here is the bet props. I think if you don't want to touch a winner, go under. I think it's going to go under 2.5, or maybe even under 1.5. Dev, you got something?
No, I was just scratching my elbow. I agree. Like, bet this to not go the distance. Like,
let me actually, you know what? Why I gotta pull it up? Let me see, because I think they're gonna probably put it at 1.5 total rounds. Yeah, it's 1.5 over -108. It's a pick 'em for over under 1.5. Yeah. I think Villanueva can knock out Moreira, and I think Moreira, if it gets to the ground, he can submit him. I think Dev is right. I mean, listen, he fought Chase Sherman at heavyweight. Got pieced up in that first round bad, got TKO'd in the second round, dropped down to 205, fought Jordan Wright, the serial killer, and lost by cut. It's not like this guy's getting slapped every way. But yeah, I'm going to go with the favorite. I'm going to go Villanueva here. I think that fight is going to end some way, and I'm going to go with Villanueva knockout. All right, co-main event. This fight kind of came together last minute. Worley Alvarez, plus 194. He is 13-4. He's fighting Munar Lazaz, who was super impressive in his UFC debut, fighting out of Dubai, 10-1. Minus 245 favorite. When this line opened up, Lanaz was a minus 167. A lot of money has come on Lanaz because of his performance and his striking and how good he looked. I'm going to go with Timbo here. Timbo, lead the dance. Who do you like in the co-main event? Worley Alvarez is a guy that does not fight often. People forget about it a little bit. Hasn't won over Colby Covington a million years ago. Is a solid dude. Just needs to fight a little more active here. But he's getting this guy that everyone loves. And we've seen it before where you look so amazing in your UFC debut, and then there's that point where you start getting some real fights, and you're like, well, maybe I wasn't that good.
Yeah, this is tough. This is real tough because, Worley Alvarez has obviously fought the better competition. He has a submission win over Colby, which, I don't think submissions can be fluke, but with Colby being a wrestler, he goes in for a double leg and he gets caught in a fucking guillotine. Like, that can happen pretty easily. If you just,
you could also look at this too. Colby has always as a wrestler has defended against guillotines, and Alvarez or Warley Alvarez's choke could have been that fucking nasty.
It was.
His squeeze could have been fucking brutal. And that was a young Colby, though. So I don't know if you could put much weight into that. But yeah, he's fought better competition. You're right.
Yeah. He's got one over Alan Joban. He's obviously fought Kamara. Got lost over James Krause. Say the line again for me. I apologize.
It's Alves is a plus 194 and Linez is a minus 245. This line has been moving all week. Dubai, Linez is a Dubai guy, lives in Abu Dhabi, so obviously a lot of money's coming on him. Let me look at the updated line. Oh, still the same. Alves is actually a plus 200, so you'll get 2-1 if you pick him. I have him at 194, and Linez has stayed at plus minus 245.
Yeah, I can't do that. I got to take the favorite here. He looked too good in his last.
I was trying to entice you with that dog pick.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Alves would probably be even I think the line will continue to grow. And if he didn't have that win over Colby, dude, he wouldn't even be in the spot to begin with. So yeah, give me the favorite. Give me Lazez.
Gotcha. I'm gonna make it short and sweet before I kick it to Dev. I'm all in on Linez. I know he fought Al-Hozak Hassan, who got knocked out by Chaos Williams in like a second. Hassan is a big, powerful puncher, though. He's aggressive. Before he's been, that could have been a fluke knockout, like we were talking about, maybe. But he's a durable guy, right? And I don't think his striking is extraordinary. He was undefeated before he fought Linez. Or maybe he had a loss by like disqualification. Linez looked fantastic, though. He took his shots. He looked big in there. He looked strong. He moved really well. This kid's striking's dynamic. His takedown offense looked pretty on point. I think it's going to have to be. I think Alves knows he needs to get this fight to the ground. He does not need to stand up with this guy. But I'm all in on Linez. I can't turn my back now. I gotta march forward and say this kid's the real deal. 10-1. And fighting out of that part of the world, I think, is going to benefit him now because with COVID, they're only going to keep going back to Fight Island. I mean, they have fans there now. It's like a sweet setup for them. So he can just keep training over there and then getting fights and
good advantage.
Yeah, really good advantage. Probably the first time ever living Abu Dhabi is a good advantage for an MMA fighter because instead of that giant travel, they're coming to him and he took this fight on short notice. I think that's really smart. I think it's at a catch weight. No, it's at 170. I thought it was at a catch weight. I'm going to go Linez as well. I'm actually pretty confident in this pick. This is a good step up in competition because Alvarez has been around forever. But I like it. I like Linez in this.
You're throwing an N in his name. And unless I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, there is no N in his name.
What am I saying?
You're saying Linez, and I think it's Lazez.
Lazez? All right. Fucking grammar police over here. Jeez, guys.
That shit's funny.
Yeah. I'm gonna call him the fucking Dubai Kid or some shit. That's actually a fucking sweet nickname. The Dubai Kid? You kidding me? What do you think his nickname is? Does anybody know?
I'm looking at it. Yeah, the sniper.
That one's all right. Dubai Kid's better. All right, Dev, you got.
I'm gonna go with Munir Laziz as well. I think he has really good striking under pressure. Al-Hassan put a lot of pressure on him. He is fighting with his back off against the cage, rolling with punches, throwing straight shots down the middle. He throws a lot of really good straight shots. He uses his reach really well. He's good at rolling with punches. He's got good striking, really accurate punching. I know that one of those guys that's not a big – I mean, the sniper actually does fit. His nickname does fit because he does have a similar style striking. Mm-hmm. He throws a lot of pinpoint shots.
Yeah, but I just came up with the Dubai Kid on top of my head. You gotta get.
That's better. That's dope, though. That's dope.
It's not bad, dude. It's not bad. I think we all agree this kid. I think this kid could be something special, especially at 170 where they're fucking yoked with talent right now. I mean, the talent at 170 is crazy, and this kid striking, I think, is special. Imagine him and Michelle Pereira
or the Leech.
The Leech would be good. Pereira, though, with that fucking – they're both pretty wild, long, and lanky. I'd love to see that. I have yet to see anyone really kind of fucking figure out Pereira,
I really hurt him on the feet, like really, really make him fight off his back foot.
I mean, you can grind him out like that fucking dork from Canada, Tristan Connolly. You can grind him out like that when he's not in shape, but his last time out, like he fought a striker and just fucking,
walk him down.
Let's go main event because – I think probably the second toughest or hardest fight to pick on the card.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Main event, Michael Chiesa, plus 120. He's an underdog here, boys. He's fighting Neil Magny. He's a minus 148 favorite. I'm going to go with Devin first because he's from the same neck of the woods as Michael Chiesa. I know he's not a Chiesa fan, but Dev, let me give you an updated line. plus 116. So Chiesa's coming down a little bit, minus 136. Chiesa's still a dog though.
The question is for both fighters is how good is Neil Magny and how good is Michael Chiesa? That's the real fucking question of this fight. Because Neil Magny has everybody's thought he wasn't great, and then he keeps getting better, and he keeps getting better, and he keeps getting better. And every time he fights lately, he keeps getting better and better. What he did to the Leech was fucking impressive. Look what the Leech knocked out the dude that knocked him out. So it's like, how that and same as Chiesa, like Matt's saying, Chiesa's got really good pressure grappling. He'll stay in your face. He doesn't have good striking. His striking's terrible, but I think he's a really underrated fighter as far as his grappling talent. He's got really, really good takedowns, really good submissions, really good top control. And he's got a good motor. And he's finally saying now that he's fighting at 170, he can train to be a powerful, fast athlete at 155. His whole career was, more about cutting weight and staying in fight shape for 55 outside of actually training to be an athlete. And at 70, when he stands next to DC at the desk, he looks bigger than DC. Like, Chiesa's a big fucking dude. Like, he might finish his career at 85. Like, if he doesn't
flirted with him, he's like joked about it.
Like, he's a big dude. I could see him easily taking a short notice fight at 85 all fucking day. I think Chiesa's going to be able to stay in his face and put a grappling pace on him. I think Neil Magny's a good grappler as well, really good wrestler. Really, really big and long for that division. Will also be able. He's definitely probably the better striker than Chiesa, but I think Chiesa's just a better grappler. And I just think he's going to have success in that department. And as an underdog, it's a good underdog pick.
I'll jump in.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo Dev on that, man. Chiesa is Joe Rogan, I think, described him. I'm pretty sure that's who he was describing, that he was like built like a fucking orangutan.
Yeah,
that he was just like so fucking solid.
When he put his arm on his like back or whatever, like just tapping his back, it was like brick. Like he's just made of muscle.
And his grappling is very good. Now he's been submitted himself, but I don't think that threat's going to come with Neil Magny, because Neil Magny is just he wants to keep it standing. And I think if Chiesa chooses to do that, he's in trouble. But if he goes the bitch made route and humps his leg and grinds him up against the cage, Chiesa can win this, man. Because Magny, okay, Robbie Lawler, then it don't mean shit to me. Anthony Rocco Martin, I don't believe he even won that fight. I thought Rocco Martin won that fight, but regardless, it was a close fight. But again, it was straight standing. They're not taking each other down. He does have the win over the Leech. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, Neil Magny's he's been in the game for a long time.
He's got the most wins at welterweight, period.
He's got a win over Kelvin Gastelum. But has he? I'm looking at his record. I don't see anybody. They put him in exciting fights with good strikers that want to strike with him. He's always a good fight to tune into, because there ain't going to be no holding on it. But if Chiesa chooses to hold, which I hope he does, especially being the underdog, I think it's a great bet. He can maybe submit him as well, but I think I'll take Chiesa by decision, which should be at least 2-1.
Yeah, this fight, it's hard for me to pick because both these guys almost are similar in the way where they haven't performed as a main event. Chiesa's only main event was against Kevin Lee, where Kevin Lee punched him at the press conference, was the beat he had.
About his mama.
Right, the biggest heat he had on a fight, and he choked. He laid an egg. Kevin Lee's great, but Michael Chiesa just didn't show up. Neil Magny, his only main event, or one of his few only main events, I know he just main evented recently, but before that was Ponzinibbio in Argentina, and he kind of fell flat. He didn't really show up. Now, Neil just showed up his last time out and looked great. Another thing that worries me is I know Chiesa's not cutting the weight anymore to 155, but Neil Magny could go 10 rounds. The guy's not getting tired, right? His cardio is insane. Can Chiesa grapple for 5 rounds? I don't know.
Oh, it's a 5-round. I got to
think. So that kind of worries me. Chiesa looks to be in great shape. He's incredibly strong. I think he's going to be able to get Neil Magny down whatever he wants. I think Neil Magny isn't a power striker that's really going to threaten anything with Chiesa. I think Neil knows that he needs to stop the takedown. When you watch Neil go to the ground on his back, he's not great. RDA submitted him, and Chiesa beat RDA. I think Chiesa has some really good submissions. I think his head and arms really good. His Kimuras are good. He is big and strong. I can see a submission happening here. I'm going to go Chiesa too. I wish I could go opposite. I can't. Neil Magny's really good, but he's like chicken noodle soup. You know what I mean? He's just kind of there. Like you want
he serves as a good like intro to the main
if
card.
someone asks me if I like chicken noodle soup, like yeah, but I'm never gonna like want
I
it.
don't need it.
I mean,
I'm not craving it.
You know what I mean? So
it's good when you're sick.
Yeah, you get it when you're sick, and then but you're like, but if someone asks you straight up, do you like chicken noodle soup? Yeah, but don't give me any. Like,
well, it's there if you'll take it, and that's what this fight is, because this fight was supposed to be Khamzat versus Leon Edwards. And,
right.
We're getting Chiesa versus Magny, and it's like I'm not pissed about it, but I'm like not.
But excited. I'll tell you what, though, it's almost a blessing in disguise because if Chimaev and Edwards stays together, I mean, it's like the fourth time they made it. That March 13th card looked crazy. Insane. It's not even a pay-per-view. That looks
shit.
Yeah, it's a fight night. That looks insane. All right, it's the lock time, baby. We got to give out our locks. Timbo, you are the champ. You get to pick what lock you want first, and then we'll all go give our locks. So do you want to do mortal? Do you want to do underdog? Which one do you want to lock up? Send them home.
Hold on, give me a sec. Let me
take your time.
So you're asking me which one do I want to take as far as
right? You get to pick first. So if you get mortal lock, you have that. Whatever your most confident bet is right now. Who do you want?
Well, and now so we're applying the new rules. So
correct. I can't.
For instance, if I take, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I take Nurmagomedov, who's a huge favorite. So how does and this helps me and the viewers as well. But if I take Nurmagomedov as the huge favorite as my mortal lock, so I can lose points on that?
Right. If he loses, you lose a point.
Okay. And that's new. That's new, right?
That's the new rule, right? Because if you're giving out your best bets and he's that high and he loses, you got to lose a little something, right? I mean, because it's so every asshole on Twitter can give out 500 picks. You know what I mean? We're trying to get these big brains to help people.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to do mortal lock, by the way. If you're more comfortable
I know.
in locking up,
I want you to give me Suma Darje as my mortal lock.
Ooh, there it is. Devin, who's your mortal lock, babe?
Man, I mean that's a solid one. He was like a minus 300, right?
Yeah. So the same rules apply. He loses.
Yeah,
he loses a point. But listen. But that's a good pick because we're all on him. No one went against him. I think that's a solid play there.
Give me Nurmagomedov.
Magomedov as a mortal. I'm going to go Tom Breeze, mortal lock.
Oh, is that right?
That's a really good bet. Yeah, I think that's a good bet. I like him. I like that number. I'm going to play him as well. I know I thought he was John Strickland, but I like him as a mortal lock there.
Doubling down.
I think Amari Mecca. I know now I feel like I feel bad for him. No, I think Amari Mekmedov is pretty much washed after the Weidman. I think he's going to give a good first round, and then I think Breeze is going to take over. He's a big, powerful guy. So give me a mortal lock. Breeze. Devin, do you want to send him home or underdog? You get to pick, babe.
Oh shit. I mean, let me do my underdog.
Okay, underdog lock. Devin Tejada.
Be a dog.
Ooh,
we don't need no cows. We don't need no cats.
We need more dogs.
Give me Chiesa. Give me Chiesa.
As the dog lock, Devin. Too hot. I love it. I'm just gonna put dog lock. Timbo, I want your dog lock, bub.
Shit, dude, I don't have many options. Mike Davis wasn't a dog, was he?
He was not. You've asked that 50 times.
Well, goddamn, you're on this Welsh kid's dick so fucking hard.
I'm telling you.
Reconsider. Shit.
He asked that line a fucking million times. It's the best thing.
I wish Tapology would fucking have the line on there.
Your locks are Moreira, Schnell, Akhmedov. Then you got the guy against Simone. I'm on Perello. I don't want to mispronounce his name again. Then that's it. Oh no! Then you got the Victoria Leonardo first fight tonight as a lock as well.
Yeah, give me Schnell. I'm confident in that dog.
I like that. I like that dog lock. All right. Now I had some options for my dog lock, but since Tim pointed out I was on Mason Jones's dick, that's got to be my dog lock right there. And got it. Okay, now if I send him home, I shit all over this fight, but I'm good to bet the round total. I think Ike Villanueva is going to knock him out. I don't think there's any other way he can win. I'm going to go Villanueva, send him home. Devin, who you got send him home?
Oh, man, that was going to be mine. Now I have to look because I didn't have a backup.
God damn it. Why does he get to go next? I just went last.
All right, you go first. Sorry, go ahead.
You could go.
Pick rock, scissors. I don't care. I'm sorry.
Shit. Hold on, give me one sec.
I think there's a lot of finishes. Tim, you've predicted like 4.
Yeah, no doubt. I think
So
there's gonna be a lot of
you have a pick here.
Oh. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll pass it off to Dev.
Okay, I got one that's glaring in the face.
I'll take it. Yeah, give me Lerone Murphy.
Lerone Murphy, that's a solid pick.
Yeah, I think
Send him home.
Yeah.
Send him home, Lerone Murphy. I got one that just staring at me in the face, and I didn't even pick the guy.
Go on, Tyson Nam.
Tyson Nam. There you go. The guy I was thinking about was Figueiredo.
Yeah.
The only way he's going to win is if he knocks him out, I think. That dude and Jerome Rivera's got no chin, but Tyson Nam is a KO machine.
That's how he wins the fight. So you have to, I mean, if
right.
you're,
I mean, that's a good pick, too. That's a good pick, too.
Like,
I love
super confident, but
I love it. First fight night of the year, or excuse me, first pick 'em of the year with the boys. The boys are back in town. I love it. It's late here on the East Coast, Dev.
Yeah, it is, man. You got me up fucking.
We got to go. I got to work. This actually isn't going to be a podcast. I meant to tell you that we're going to try to get people more to the YouTube show. So this is good. This is just going to be video only. And then Dev and I are going to do the pick 'em for this weekend. Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. That will be podcast and video form. But once this uploads on YouTube, it takes a little bit. Share it, link it, whatever. We'll get it going. But yeah, no podcast, just visual. You guys get to see our fucking beautiful faces, my fat neck, and let's do it, babe. All right?
Let's go.
boys.
All right, fellas.
Have a good night.